A lot of it, Salman, sits outside of human factors discourse. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
You know, and my point is that you can do, and we need that, all the stuff about the physical nature of the chairs and the tables and the height of the table and the light and the intensity of, and getting it all right is so important. But one also needs to reflect upon what you just said. And I thought it was very powerful that has anyone done a serious study about how human beings actually get tired? Just one example of that, the tiredness. The tiredness never comes from the body or the mind, it comes from the spirit. When the spirit is tired, you are very tired. What explains people who do performances, people who stand on the theater, and they are so energized by the crowd around them. It's revitalizes them, that source of it, and they can continue for hours. You see young entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs, for example, they start a new company. There's so much charisma that you can work in any condition. You will never complain about the body or the mind or the lights and the chairs. Of course, those things are important, but they never come in the way of the spirit. The spirit transcends all these things, the body mind problems. So much research done to show that body postures, in our countries, for example, people seed rice and paddy, and paddy fields, they're working. Look at their body postures. It looks horrible from the outside. It look like, but they're happy. I mean, their bodies are probably much more stronger than anyone here can think about. Nassim Taleb talks about anti-fragility, which is all about the spirit. The anti-fragility, which transcends the idea of resilience, which is the next step. The more you destroy me, the stronger I will become. Where do these ideas come from? They come from the spirit. So I think somewhere down the line we have lost connection with the spirit when we talk about human factors and ergonomics. And I think, yes, the physical side of it is important, but it is very important to also include the conversation about spirit, which comes through love. Care, you talk about care. Yes, there is conversation about care in our world, but when you listen carefully, it's a lot of it is about the duty of care, which is also very mechanical. So there's so much to think about, Salman, and I think maybe we should think about some question. Well, I think we should make it organic. It should be very organic, just like this. But
Just like this. Just
yeah,
like this, because
I
there are
want
many
to.
people who are
Yeah.
doing it in a structured way. So,
Indeed,
and
indeed, it just
yeah,
spoils the
yeah,
thing. But I think it's one thing that we should definitely leave people with to think about at the end of this beautiful conversation. That what does it even mean to be a human person, and where is this whole idea of human factors and ergonomics focused upon, and how much of that, of course, it's important, but is that enough to achieve productivity, for example? Forget about safety, productivity. um, have you ever cared to think about those things? What makes people productive at work? Happy? And does that even matter? Does
yeah.
happiness matter when it comes to human factors and ergonomics? When you design a workplace, what things do you really think about apart from the mechanical side of a human person? Do you really think about all this stuff? I think that's a great way to.
That's a great way to end this conversation is like what makes us human and what aspects of human we think about when we talk about productivity.